In Section 5 of Twilight of the Idols, How the True World Finally Became a Fable, Nietzsche tells the history of an error in 6 steps. The true world that he refers to here is the idea world of the concept mummies, the Platonic world of forms, the philosophical superstition that abstract ideas are more real than historical things. Here, Nietzsche answers the question of how this strange idea became so widespread and what will come after it. In stage 1, the idea world begins as a manifestation of Plato's will to power. Nietzsche calls it at this stage simple, persuasive, and relatively sensible. Like all philosophies, the idea world begins as an outgrowth of a strong personality and will. In stage 2, the idea world becomes a not yet present promise for the virtuous. Nietzsche calls it subtle, feminine, and Christian. This is the Platonic otherworldliness influencing Christian otherworldliness as it spreads as an ethical teaching worldwide. In stage 3, the idea world is seen to be unattainable but is still held to be regulatory for practical life as an ethical code. This is the Kantian stage of the idea world, in which it is indemonstrable but still obligatory. Nietzsche calls it the old sun seen through mist and skepticism. This is the ethical code of modernist Christianity, in which Kant keeps Christian ethics while abandoning Christian metaphysics. In stage 4, the idea world is finally recognized as unknowable and therefore not obligatory. This is the beginnings of positivism and the dawn of reason, Nietzsche says. This is really the code of the 19th century, in which the old order has died away, but no new order has yet risen to replace it. In stage 5, the idea world is recognized as useless and faces calls for its abolition. Nietzsche calls this the daytime of reason, dominated by cheerfulness and the emergence of free spirits. This is, according to Nietzsche, the present stage, in the 1880s, of European civilization. In stage 6, the idea world has been successfully abolished, and with it the appearance world as well. One no longer draws distinction between appearance and idea. Nietzsche calls this noon, the high point of humanity, and the beginning of Zarathustra, referring to his philosophical novel, Thus Spake Zarathustra. This is Nietzsche's projected future for the human race after the revaluation of all values at the conclusion of his revolutionary project and the war against Plato and Plato's system of philosophy. This brings us to the end of the 5th section of Twilight of the Idols. We'll look at the 6th section, Morality as Anti-Nature, next. Goodbye.